So, did I wait over 4 hours in line to meet the owner of Tarte Cosmetics and to receive this? Yes. Yes, I did. Was it worth it?
Nope.
Hey guys, so for today's video, I have a full face of new makeup to test out. So I'm going to test out a lot of new makeup that I actually got in PR. Some of it I paid for, most of it I did get in PR, along with telling you guys what it was like attending a Tarte event that I waited 4 hours for. So with that said, we're just going to go ahead and dive right on in. So I recently came home from a New Orleans trip where I got to meet 40 amazing different content creators, and I came home with a massive haul. So I'm going to be doing like 2 videos of me testing out all the new makeup that I got from New Orleans and everything I got in PR, because I accumulated a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a little overwhelming. It's a little overwhelming. I don't know how these bigger influencers do it, okay? I have always dreamed about getting PR, and now that I'm somewhat getting small batches of PR here and there, I'm going over here going, oh, it's a lot, it's a lot. I don't know how I'm going to keep up, but I'm going to try my best. So we're just going to go ahead and dive right in. So up first, Alter Ego sent me over the brand new Wildwood palette. First off, the outside packaging is just so freaking gorgeous. You guys can use my code, by the way, to save you guys 10% off when shopping anything Alter Ego. But the inside color story, I think, is so freaking beautiful. Now, you guys might be asking yourself, wait a minute. Have I seen this palette before? Well, let me tell you. Sure have. You sure have. This is a Natasha Denona Yucca palette, aka the Yucky palette, because my palette, you know, when I got it, smelled like shit, and it's gotten way better in terms of the smell, but it's still not fully the best smelling palette. And what I love about Alter Ego is that they are known for duping Natasha Denona palettes and Huda Beauty palettes, and they actually ended up duping the Yucca palette, and they created the Wildwood palette right here. So as you guys can see, they are pretty identical. The only thing that's kind of different about them is that they are definitely placed in different orders, different shade names, and I actually did swatch this, and I will say for the first time, their shimmers feel less than what I'm used to. Normally their shimmers feel just as creamy as the Natasha Denona formula, but for some reason their shimmers are a little bit more lackluster, but hopefully they perform very nicely. But when I swatched them, I was kind of like, this doesn't feel the same. So it could just be me. It could just be me. So it could just be me. Maybe it's just me. I gotta try it out. But I will say I'm a little disappointed with how the shimmer swatch compared to what they normally swatch like. But yes, this is the Alter Ego's version of the Yucca palette. And what I love about this is literally like half the cost. So we're actually gonna go into this today. And I'm gonna tell you guys all about what it was like attending a Tarte event. So if you guys did not know, Tarte Cosmetics is doing a kindness tour. This is when they are traveling to different cities across the United States, and now they're going to be going overseas, where they are just meeting up at a random location, like a pop-up event, where you get to meet the owner of Tarte Cosmetics. You get to receive a full goodie bag. There's raffle prizes, there's food, there's entertainment. And it looked really freaking cool, like, especially since I think they're celebrating like their 25th anniversary. So that's why they were like going around and doing this kindness tour where they're getting to meet back with like the local communities. They are donating to local charities. They are giving back. I do appreciate that about them. But this is kind of like their way of like interacting with those that supported the brand for so long. I'm going to go into the shade right here called Pollen. And we're just going to go and create a pretty green eye look today. So I'm going to go into this. So I have been seeing this for a while now, since January, and they started going on tour. I'm also going to take the Sigma E54. This is a medium sweeper brush, which, by the way, if you guys did not know, my code right now currently is allowing you to get like 40% off of Sigma items. So they're doing their 40th anniversary. They're doing a 40th anniversary sale. So there's like select items on their website. You guys can get to up to 40% off using code Allie, which is just so crazy that I have a code with Sigma, because I never thought I'd have a code with them, but I do. Typically my code would save you guys just 10%, but right now it's saving you guys up to 40% off for their anniversary sale. I'm so excited. I have so many new Sigma products to try out, which you guys will see in the next video, along with some items in this video as well. But the next video you'll see a lot more Sigma. Anyway, I've been seeing them advertise this kindness tour since January, and I was like, what a cool thing to do. Like, to have a kindness tour, you get to travel around the United States, you get to interact with the local communities, you get to give back, you get to just, you know, interact with people that have supported your brand for so long. I thought it was a really cool thing that Tarte was doing. So I have been kind of keeping an eye out, and I saw that they were coming down to Miami, and I remember I specifically asked Paige if she'd want to go with me, and then I asked Betty Jean. Both girls were completely unavailable to go to the Tarte event in Miami, and I was like, dang, I really want to go, but I did want to travel to Miami all the way by myself, because that's a pretty far drive to do by myself. So I was just like, damn, okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to miss out on this event. It's so cool. I've been seeing the swag bags that these girls were getting. They were getting like a tote bag that said the kindness tour. They were getting a crew neck sweater. They were getting like three Maracuja Juicy lip products. They were getting a tubing mascara. They were also getting like, I think like eyeliner stuff. Like they were getting some really cool stuff. And I was like, dang, this is freaking incredible. So I really wanted to go down the Miami event that was occurring like a month or two ago, but nobody would go with me. And I did want to travel to Miami all by myself because that literally is such a far drive. I'm going to go in with the E35 brush. Such a far drive for me to travel all by myself. So I just was like, okay, well, I guess this is not meant to be, so I'm not going to go to this. So then, like a couple weeks later, they announced that they were going to be in Tampa. And I was like, oh my God, they're going to be in Tampa. Okay, I can actually make the drive down to Tampa. But they announced it like 2 days prior to them actually having the event. So I was like, shit, okay, I'm going to go into the shade called Honey right here. And I was like, shit, okay, they're announcing it like 2 days before. Okay, Corey works on that Thursday, so let me ask again, Paige and Betty. Both girls were still unavailable to go because they had work and they had just had stuff to do. So I was just like, okay, well, again, I don't want to go by myself. And it just so happened that right at that time, I got my job at Disney. So I wasn't able to like request off in time because I work on Thursdays, and oh yeah, spoiler alert, I work on Thursdays. It's one of my work days. So I just knew I didn't have time to go all the way down there and like request off because there was like virtually any sort of notification like, hey, this is what's happening, right? So I was really bummed out. I was like, dang, I'm going to miss this. I said, you know what? I guess it's just not meant to be. No big deal. It is what it is. Like, I don't have to go. I'm going to go into the shade called Ray right here. I was like, I don't have to go. It's fine. But then my beautiful friend Robin reached out to me and said, hey, Allie, I just want to let you know that Tarte's going to be actually coming to Orlando in a couple weeks. And I was like, wait, what? She's like, yeah, if you go on Tarte's website, they actually list where the kindness tour is going. So you could still go to the event. And I said, oh my gosh, like, are you serious? So like I looked, and sure as shit, it was announcing that they were going to be coming to Orlando. So I was like, okay, Corey requested off. I, made sure that I had off. I believe I was actually in New Orleans when this was happening. So I was like, perfect. So I had Corey requested off. I was like, we're going to go. I'm going to take a shade called Lush right here. We're doing a very simple eye look, by the way. Go right here. So I had Corey requested off, and I was like, okay, I'm so excited. So I was really excited. Corey requested off, and then I started seeing like the Tampa event unfold. And when I watched the Tampa event unfold, I kind of saw the mayhem that was happening. Apparently, what ended up happening when I saw in Tampa was that Marlene was like an hour late to the event. I don't know what happened, but she showed up like an hour or so late to the event. And within like 30 minutes of the event starting, they had already run out of the swag bags. Like apparently only the first like 300 people got swag bags, and then they had completely run out. So a lot of people were leaving completely empty-handed. And so people were very upset because people were like, I arrived like 2 hours ahead of time. I didn't get anything. They gave me like an email address to say, hey, if you email this address, we'll send you a goodie bag. We're so sorry. We ran out rather quickly. So I was like, oh shit. Like, okay, so a lot of people are showing up to these things. I got to get there in a timely fashion because I would like to get a swag bag. I was hoping to get 2 because I would be like, okay, 1 for me and then 1 for you guys, right? That was my whole mentality. Like, I'll get a little swag bag. I'll try out some stuff, and then I'm going to give some stuff to my subscribers because, again, I love giving back to you guys. So that is what I thought this whole Tuesday event was going to be. But alas, guys, it was not. It was not. I'm going to quickly do the other eye really fast. Like I said, we were going to do just a very easy eye look. I don't want to do anything too complicated. I think I actually might take a shade called Thrive right here. It's like darker green. I think I kind of want to add it just like right here. Okay, I'm going to quickly do the other eye, guys. And I'll be right on back because I'm going to tell you guys how this event really unfolded. So now the eyes are done. I will say it actually really is pretty. The shimmers did perform very nicely. Very like glittery though, so there's definitely like some fallout on the face. You guys see like, it's kind of spreading around. I should have used glitter glue to really hold it down, but it is what it is. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to dig into my little goodie bag right here, and I'm gonna put on just a little bit of lip products. I just want to try this out. This is the this is the Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump in the shade called Honeysuckle. So we're just gonna put this on while I'm talking so I don't have dry ass lips. But anyway, so I saw that the Tarte event in Tampa was going down, and I was like, oh damn, I'm gonna miss out on this. So lo and behold, luckily, there's TikTok. I'm going to go in with the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. I got this a long time ago, ended up decluttering it, but then I recently got a little sample of it again in like a Sephora favorites thing. So we're just going to use this because I don't have any new primer. I'm going to see how I feel about this. I'm just going to take this. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with this. Oh, I remember I hated this. I bet you I still do. So anyway, I saw the event for the Tampa thing going down, and I was like, okay, here we go. And they were talking about how my name was like an hour and a half late to the event. I think it was supposed to start at like 2, and she didn't get there till like 3 or something like that. It turned out that she was at the University of Florida doing like a big like speech and everything like that. So that is why she was late. But everybody who was there, apparently, I guess a lot of people showed up. They didn't get goodie bags, and people were very upset. They're, told, email this customer service and you'll get a goodie bag. So I was like, okay. I've seen people on TikTok, they said get there like 2 to 3 hours ahead of time. So I was like, bet I'm gonna get there super early because I want to actually pick up a goodie bag because I want to be able to do like a giveaway for you guys. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Skin. This is the bronzing drops. This is Bronze and Nourish. And then I got the shade called Pure Gold. This just launched. I did buy this myself. I'm not on e.l.f.'s PR list, although I wish I was. But I picked this up. We're going to try this out. I hope I like this. I don't know if I will. But we're going to try this. So I told Corey, okay, the event starts at 4:30. We need to get there at least at by 1 o'clock, right? Because I want to make sure that we're pretty decently in line because I want to be one of the first 300 people to secure a goodie bag. Like, I would like to get one. And, Maureen's only there for like a small period of time. I don't think she stays for the entire event. I don't know if everybody gets a chance to meet her. So I was like, okay, I really want to be there. This is looking like muddy. What the heck? This is not looking good. This looks... Oh no. This looks horrible. This looks horrible. Wow. Okay, I've tried quite a few different bronzing drops, and this is probably the worst one that I've tried. It just looks like I'm kind of sunburnt with a really bad, this looks like I'm sunburned. This looks like I put on sunblock and I forgot to rub it in some places. So now this is like the leftover effect of it. It looks horrible. Oh my God, it looks horrible. Oh my God. No, no, we were doing so well with trying on makeup for the first time, and now we're falling back into my typical Allie videos. No. Great. So I do have a new foundation. It's from Revlon. It is the Serum Tint. They sent this to me PR. They also sent over their Illuminous foundation. So I think I might just kind of mix the two together depending on how this tint does. But this is their Serum Tint. This is in... Visibly works to reduce the dark spots in even skin tone, gives skin an instant glow, provides all-day hydration, and protects against UVA and UVB. So this is going to be the shade called 213. I have quite a few shades to choose from, but I think I'm going to go with this one. I told Corey, I was like, we got to get there kind of early. So he's like, okay, cool. So we went, and that morning we got up. I was like, I'm going to skip a YouTube day. Now, since I have my new job, I thoroughly plan my YouTube content now. I try to make sure that I film every day that I can, so I'm not missing any uploads. I can still post 3, 4, sometimes 5 videos a week. I, sacrifice a lot of my free time because I don't want to give up YouTube since I have a job now. This is actually really pretty. Oh, this is really pretty. It says this is a buildable coverage. I believe 15 minutes before sun exposure. It says it's buildable. It's a buildable coverage. Build to desired coverage. Well, this is really pretty. It's helping to neutralize that bronziness. So anyway, so I was like, okay, I'm going to sacrifice a Tuesday when I really could be using that time to film for YouTube. Let me just sacrifice it. So I did. I sacrificed it. I, made sure Corey gave up his work shift. He switched days so we can go to this event. So we were like, okay, let's look at this location. It was at a coffee shop that I never heard of, but it was over by UCF. So we're like, okay, cool. Let's go all the way up there. So we ended up getting there, honestly, probably around 12:30 we ended up getting there, and we were the first ones there. No surprise, we were the first ones at this place, and I was not shocked in the slightest to see that we were. And so Corey went inside to go ask the guy, like, hey, do you happen to know where the Tarte is going to set up? And he's like, oh, do you work for Tarte? And Corey's like, oh no, we're just kind of here early. So the owner walked out. Super cool guy, by the way. He owns that coffee shop. It's like a mom and pop coffee shop. Super cool guy, walks outside and kind of asks us what is Tarte full, because he had no idea what this was. Just that they had contacted him saying that they wanted to come and host their event outside his coffee shop, and they were going to pay everyone's tab for 2 hours while they were there, which I thought was actually really cool that they were going to like pay for everyone's tab and like give this guy like, you know, great business, like introducing this business to like local community. I thought it was actually fantastic. So he was like, oh, no, I have no idea. So like we told him all about the event. We showed him how it was in all the previous locations. He's like, oh, this is so cool. I was like, right. So I got really, really excited. I waited in line and I started to see like 1 or 2 people show up around the same time, like shortly after, and they kind of just got in line behind me. And I was like, okay, cool. This is gonna be fun. You know, they're gonna do like raffle prizes. There's gonna be food. They're gonna be doing swag bags. You get to meet the owner. I was like, this is gonna be a lot of fun. You know, I've been to like more fee events back in the day whenever there used to be a launch and how fun those were. So I thought it was gonna be something like that. But was I ever so wrong? I was so freaking wrong. By the way, this is really, really pretty. Super, super glowy, but really pretty. I'm going to go in with the Salt New York. This is going to be a little concealer right here. I've really been enjoying this concealer. It comes in this little cute little compact. So I'm like waiting there. And then I have people kind of join in line behind me. And they were talking about the previous Tarte events. And like one girl was like 2 or 3 people behind me talking about how she went to the Tampa one. And how when she went to the Tampa one, legit, she didn't get a swag bag because they not sold out, but they like literally ran out of it so freaking quick. And that, you know, Maureen was so late to the event. And so a lot of people kind of missed out because people had to go to work. People had stuff to do. So people were kind of disappointed in that. And that she was like really hoping to get the swag bag here. That, you know, they had gotten crew necks and they had gotten a tote bag. And they were like so excited that we were all going to be like getting this, right? So we're waiting and like more and more people started to show up. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like at least this, you know, this guy's going to get some business. People kept going in and getting like coffee and stuff like that. And then a girl showed up from Tarte. I don't want to say her name, but she was incredibly sweet. She showed up like I think like around 2:30. She started setting everything up, and we saw like goodie bags because they were doing like raffle prizes, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. They're doing like raffles and stuff like that. I'm so glowy, so freaking glowy. I'm gonna go in with the cream bronzer because I have some cream blushes that I want to use before I set the face. I'm just gonna go in the Too Faced right here. So anyway, she starts setting up the table and it's like super windy. So like me and Corey start to like help her out because it's so windy and like a lot of the prizes were not wanting to stay on the table. And then when we noticed that she was setting up the table, she was opening the boxes and we kept seeing like them pulling out the swag bag stuff. And I was like, oh, where's like the tote bag? Where's the sweater? And she was just pulling out these as a whole. And I was like, what, is that it? I was like, there's no way that is it. So one of the girls was behind us, and I really wasn't talking to anyone behind me. I was just kind of like minding my own business. But I heard her say, oh my gosh, they changed the swag bag. And people online like, what do you mean? She goes, look, on their Instagram, they're showing that they're just doing just a tubing mascara, a Tarte Maracuja lip plump, and a coupon to redeem a free Shape Tape. And everybody in line's like, wait, what? We're not going to get like the swag bag that every other location got? She's like, no, it's changed. And now they're saying the first 700 or 750 people are going to get a bag, which I thought was nice. So like now they made it so that everybody can get a bag. So not just like the first 300. But I think people were disappointed because they expected to get a big swag bag. And like, sadly, I thought we were going to get a big swag bag too, because that is what every other location had been receiving, was these awesome swag bags. So that's what I thought I was going to be getting as well. So I was a little disappointed when I saw that it was just this. I'm going to go in with the Revlon. This is the Gel Serum Blush. I'm just going to take a little bit of it. I'm going to take the shade called 110. That's all it is, called 110. Put a little bit on my cheek. We're going to try this out. So we were all kind of like disappointed because we thought that we were going to get this awesome swag bag that, again, we saw all these other previous locations get. But at the same time, I was like, okay, well, maybe they're doing this because they had run out so quickly at all the other locations that maybe this is how they can be, I guess, their way of making sure that everybody got something, which I get, but a little sad, you know, like it was a little disappointing. Then a popsicle stand rolled up and they were parking because the Tarte brought out a popsicle stand to come out and make sure that we all got some popsicles, which again, I thought was really nice. But we sat there for hours. I sat there for 4 hours because by the time that Maureen came, it was probably like around 4:35ish, and I thought, okay, cool, like this is gonna be fun. There's gonna be like raffle prizes and stuff like that. This is gonna be a great time. She comes running off the trolley because there's a trolley. She goes and like runs down and like high fives everybody. She didn't high five me. She just like pushed my hand because I had my camera out, and she pushed my hand. Not that she meant to, but my hand just got pushed, and you can see it on the camera. You see my hand just whoop, like, go right back. I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay, my hand just got pushed. I'm gonna go in a little bit with the new Kaja blush sticks right here because these look really pretty. I'm gonna go into the shade called Peach. I'm just gonna kind of like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. I don't think I could rub it on, stamp it on my sponge. Ooh, yeah, that I'll put on my sponge. That's pretty. So she runs around, she like high fives everybody there. Her team is running around like filming everything like that. You see these giant Tarte concealers, which are really kind of cool. There's people in Tarte concealers. They come off this big trolley bus and they immediately come to the very front. And Maureen just comes right to the front and she's like, hi. And I wasn't sure who she was saying hi to, and I realized she was looking at me. I was like, oh my gosh, hi. And she's like, hi, so nice to meet you. I was like, oh, it's so nice to meet you too. She's like, how long you been here for? I'm like, since like 12:30. She's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for coming. I said, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for like coming and hosting this awesome event. She's like, oh, it's no worries. And I was like, am I allowed to take a photo? She's like, yeah, absolutely. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. She's like, oh, how long have you been into like makeup? I said, oh, I do it for like a living. She's like, oh, do you really? And I said, yeah. She's like, what's your IG handle? And I told her my IG handle was, unfortunately my shit was not really working, but not that I really cared. But I showed her my IG handle was. She's like, oh my God, I'll remember that. I said, okay. I was like, thank you so much. And like, we took our photo and then she's like, all right, have a great day. And she moved on to the next person. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, all right, I guess that's the biggest interaction, which is fine because I guess she has a lot of people to show up around because at that point, it had been 4 hours. So many people were wrapped around the building. So I was like, all right, cool. So then we went inside to the coffee shop because they were doing free coffee and free food for everybody who came to the event. And all you gotta do is go inside, ring up your tab, and then, Tarte would cover it. So we got in line. And I'm going to go in with the Givenchy powder right here just to kind of set my face before we move on to everything else. So we get in line, I get my free coffee, get my free food, whatever. And like we're waiting around to see, okay, like what kind of prizes are they going to do? And when I start hearing them calling people out, like their numbers, I was like, oh my God, are they already doing prizes? So we walked outside and they were already like doing the raffle prizes. So like when you first joined the event, they gave you a little raffle to fill out and they put it in a bag. And they had just went ahead and did everything. The second that she arrived, they went ahead and did the entire raffle. Like the entire raffle. There's like 4 or 5 bags. And they did the entire raffle right then and there. And so if you heard your name called, you got a gift card to spend at Tarte. And I was like, okay. For some reason, I thought it was going to be like swag bag. I thought it'd be like a bag full of goodies because that would make sense. Because like earlier that day, they were just at like an Ulta event. Like I guess there's like an Ulta event that was happening at the convention center. And they were doing like swag bags there. Like people were getting swag bags there. So I guess I was under the impression that was going to be the same situation here. There was going to be a swag bag. But nope, it was just coupons to go buy stuff off of Tarte's website. So I was like, okay, it is what it is. So we just kind of like hung around. We got our free popsicle because they were all vegan and dairy-free popsicles. Had our coffee, had our food. And I did watch how Maureen was taking her time talking to every single person, which I do appreciate. Like she took her time and talked to someone for as long as they wanted to talk to her. She was willing to talk to them, which I actually thought was actually really cool because I feel like you don't see that often, especially like when meet and greets. But then I started to realize that, oh my gosh, like this is it. Like there's no prizes. There's no entertainment. There's nothing. It's just you literally come up, you get your free little bag, which just includes a tubing mascara, a coupon to redeem a free Shape Tape, and a lip product. That's it. You take your picture and then you leave. That's all it was. And I was like, I literally wasted my whole day just to do this. Like as cool as it was, I mean, as nice as those people were at Tarte and how nice it was to meet Maureen, I literally realized I wasted my entire time going to that event. Like, I'm sorry, but I could have just bought the tubing mascara myself. I could have just bought my own Shape Tape and gotten the lip product. I literally wasted a whole day of content that I could have been doing and working to go stand in line for 4 hours just for 5 minutes of like free shit and getting a picture. I realized it was just not worth it. I'm going to the Sigma matte bronzer in the shade called Light. I was just thoroughly disappointed. I mean, it's like I said, their team was incredibly nice. She was very nice. I'm very grateful they gave out free product, but I guess I just wanted more, or I thought there was going to be more than what there was. So for me, it was just very disappointing that I wasted my whole day, and I felt bad because my husband had to switch his shift for that, and I just feel like I wasted his time as well. by making us stand there for 4 hours for 5 seconds, essentially what it was. You know what I mean? And I posted my picture on Instagram and she didn't even like it. Maureen didn't even like it. Tarte did. Tarte liked it, but she didn't even like it. So, yeah, if you guys see them pop up in your city, I'm going to tell you guys right now, essentially, it's not worth it. You could even, honestly, if you do want to go, you don't even have to do what I did. You can literally just show up right when the event's happening, or maybe wait like an hour after the event's happening. You'll still get a swag bag, and there'll probably be barely any line left to be meeting Maureen, because like the line moved kind of quickly. She kind of got through everybody because we stayed for a while thinking there was going to be something more. Nope, there generally wasn't anything more. We just realized that we just stood around all day for nothing. It's no one's fault but my own. I didn't really know what to expect. I guess I just expected more because I've seen it at I've seen the events at previous locations, and so I just thought I'm going to go to Shake Cod Trail. I just thought there'd be more. I just thought that there'd be more to this event. I thought that there would be like, raffle prizes where like it's interactive. I thought you get to have cool swag bags. The team would be more, playing music and wanting to play with, like, get to know everybody and like do cool games and stuff like that. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't this. It was such a letdown in terms of what I expected, especially seeing like previous events. Like I remember, I think it was like either the Miami or the Tampa one, they actually had an influencer come out and like was doing meet and greets with people. I don't know who the influencer is. I think it's like Samantha Joe or something. I think I've heard her name on TikTok, but like I don't know who she is, but they had people like that there. So I don't know what changed, but just definitely wasn't what I saw online. Just disappointing, and I wasted my day essentially. Yeah, that's kind of like my Tarte event. I feel like it was better in my head telling the story than it was telling it online. Online, I feel like it's kind of lackluster and kind of boring. But I wanted to let you guys know because you guys asked how it was, and I just wanted to let you guys know that it was cool. But I feel like it could have been one of those things that I just would have just passed on or showed up last minute. I'm gonna try the now tubing tartlet thing. I did go online, order my free shape tape, and it is cool because it is completely free. I don't have to pay for shipping or anything like that. But I ordered it last Tuesday. It is still not shipped. It says it like the label has been created, but still has not shipped. So I don't know when it's going to get here, but I mean, it is nice that I did get that. I got 4 bags. They gave me 4 bags because my husband got one, I got one. And then the person that we kind of helped us out the table, she thanked us by giving us extra swag. She's like, I just want to thank you so much for helping me out when I first got here. It really meant a lot. And I was like, oh, no, it's no worries. Just give me 2 extra bags. I went ahead and I gave those to my friends. Have a free mascara and a free shape tape and a lip gloss on me, you know what I mean? So I did unfortunately give those away, but I really was hoping to get a swag bag to give to you guys. I did see on their website that they are going to start selling the merch of like the crew neck sweater and the tote bag that is going to be being sold soon in case anyone is interested. But if you see the location pop up in your area, while it was cool to meet them and stuff like that, it just, yeah, not worth it. Finish that story, and I told you guys essentially how I kind of wasted my day. We're also going to see if I wasted my money. So recently, Charlotte Tilbury just relaunched their Pillow Talk Glow Beautifying All Over highlighter. This came out like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was so excited to get my hands on it back then, but it completely sold out. And then I saw a restock. I think it was like on Normstrom's website, or like some like non Charlotte Tilbury website, and I bought it, but I bought the wrong shade. I bought the deeper highlighter. So they just recently relaunched this, and I finally got the right shade, the one that I wanted for so long, and it is the light one right here. First off, the packaging is just so freaking pretty. So pretty. And this is how the palette looks, or this is how the highlighter looks on the inside. I really hope I didn't just waste my money because I bought this, and then I bought the brand new like Charlotte Tilbury lip plumper right here. I spent $75 because like I was able to pair them two together. It was like a little sale. So I really hope this is worth it because I really wanted it so long ago, and now I'm kind of like, did I waste my money? So let's try this. Let's see if I did. I don't know. Do I have to just like sweep it across like this? Let's try this. That's pretty. It does give me a great cast though. When I turn my head this way, it gives me a great cast. Okay. Okay, so it is pretty, but I feel like my tastes have changed because I really do enjoy like my iconic London highlighter. To me, that's my absolute favorite highlighter. And I now compare everything to it, and this is pretty, but it's shit. I'm gonna call it a day on that one. So happy I got it. So happy. happy. Okay, so I'm going to take the shade called Golden, and I'm going to use this little shade as the inner corner highlight right here. To finish off the look, I'm going to actually redo my lips. I'm going to try out the brand new Charlotte Tilbury products. I'm actually just going to line my lips with my ColourPop lip liner right here. This is in the shade called Biffle or Beeper. And then we're going to try out the brand new Pillow Talk Big Lip Plump Gasm Supersize and Maximize. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury's version of a lip plumper. I do have the shade called Medium Deep because I saw the different swatches. There was like fair, medium to medium deep. And I wanted medium deep because it looked like it was going to be a prettier color. And all the influencers I've seen raved about this particular color. So I'm going to see if this is actually any good. I think it's like $30-something. Let's try this out. Okay, first off, that is a beautiful color. Beautiful color. I like the applicator. It feels like wet putting it on. It feels wet. Vanilla taste to it. And this says that this is supposed to plump gas and heat and lip ice technology plus hyaluronic acid collagenere. Plump, pout, plout, and pout. It's power plump effective gloss, long-lasting hydration comfort, 3D optical illusion finish glade. That does not look 3D to me. I'm sorry. Almost as if I got like icy hot on my lips. That's the feeling right here. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And I think the color is absolutely gorgeous. Like a very gorgeous color. So to finish it off, I did pick up the new e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. Now this is a shockingly fine mist, major makeup grip. So many freaking influencers on TikTok had sponsored videos for this. Like I literally rolled my eyes at the amount of sponsored videos for this. But I just want to see how well I actually like it. I don't really like dewy, but we're still going to try it. Okay, so this is the final look right here. Let me zoom you guys out, and I'm gonna give you guys my first impression thoughts on these products. It looks like my lips are like pulsing at me. Okay, so we're just gonna do a quick little rundown. So up first, I do have the Danessa Myricks like Yummy Balm thing. I don't know if I'm applying it right or wrong. Every time I try this, I don't understand the hype around it. I love the water serum, but this, I would never buy it. Personally, I would never buy it. We do have the Revlon Serum Tint. Honestly, I didn't really expect much out of this. I truly thought that this was going to be just like a skin-like tint, but really the coverage on this is beautiful. Like it gives me a very nice coverage. I love the way my face looks right now. I feel like it really helped to neutralize the muddiness that e.l.f. gave me. This e.l.f. bronzing product, it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing. I'm going to keep trying it because obviously I want to keep trying it out, especially for like my repurchase or trash series. But based on first impressions, I personally would not recommend this. I personally would not buy this. It looked super muddy on the face. It looked like it did not blend. I did not like how this looked at all. I think my favorite like glow serum so far out of like the two is the Kosas and the Glow Recipe. Like these are really beautiful, but like this was super disappointing. It was just so muddy. It just looked bad on the face. I did not like this at all. But the serum tint really did help to neutralize it. And I really love how this looks on top of it. Surprising enough, this looks really good on top of it, so I'm going to keep playing with this. I really do love the Salt New York concealer, but I'll feature this in another video when I do my full face of like everything I got at like in New Orleans, because I have another video for you guys. I have more makeup to try out. Trust me, I'm just as overwhelmed. But this is a beautiful, beautiful concealer. I will say I'm starting to actually really enjoy this Too Faced bronzer. Even though it's more like a contour stick, I am starting to enjoy it because it does melt and blend very beautifully to the skin. So I'm really starting to enjoy this. These little cream blushes from Revlon are really beautiful. They're very, very light in pigment, which is really nice, but they blend really effortlessly into the face. And it mixes very well with the Kaja like blush stick right here. It mixes very well. I love how my blush looks. I think it's really beautiful. It's very light. It's very corally. Both are very, very easy to work with. Then we do have the matte bronzing powder from Sigma. This is my first time ever playing with it, and based on first impressions, it blends out very nicely. Doesn't look muddy at all. It's very diffuse. I really like how this looks. I also think that the Wildwood palette from Alter Ego is beautiful. I love the little eye look I created. It's very nice. It's very effortless. It takes 2 seconds to do. It is a great dupe of the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. So if you never got your hands on that and you always wanted to, this would be a great dupe to that for half the cost. And again, I do have a code if you guys want to check. I do have a code with them if you guys do want to use it. It will save you guys 10% off. To me, I think this is so worth it. I think it's just such a gorgeous palette. I'm very, very grateful that I have this. Next, I have the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter. While I will say it is pretty, it does give me a very soft glow. Like it does give me a really pretty glow. I I don't know what I expected, but I didn't expect this. I just thought that it would be, I don't know, this match. First off, that's so pretty though, right? Can we talk about how beautiful that is? I thought this would be like just this magical highlight. This went viral like 2 years ago, or a year ago, 2 years, whatever year went out came out. And went viral, is sold out. Everybody raved about this. And I had such FOMO because I missed out. And now I got it and I'm just like, it's not what I expected. So to me, this was a disappointment. And I definitely wasted my money getting this. And then I will say the Sigma brushes perform very beautifully. My first time playing with them, they laid down the shadows very nicely, blended it really easily. These are incredible. And then the Charlotte Tilbury like lip plumping thing. I love this color. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think medium deep is the way to go. To me, I feel some sort of heat. It just feels like I took Icy Hot and put it on my lips. It's not too bad, but it just feels like Icy Hot on my lips. And then lastly, we have this setting spray from e.l.f. Doesn't stick, but I'm curious to see the longevity on this. So I'm gonna keep trying it out. So based on first impressions, we definitely had some hits, but we definitely had some misses. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to play with this new makeup, talk to you guys about the Tarte event, and pretty much tell you guys if you see it pop up in your area, don't waste your time the way that I did. All right, guys, I am 8 hours later. I'm about to wash my face, but this is 8 hours in. Do you guys see this? Do we see the lack of oil? What? Where is she? Because she ain't here. I'm a little surprised. So maybe these products worked better than I thought they did. But 8 hours in and I am not oily. I'm kind of impressed. That is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, R for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video.